Hi, my name is Noelle Johnson. I will be covering the basics of the keto diet. Typically, people will use this diet in order to lose fat, being that the body will be rid of excessive glucose and will start to rely on the fat that is intaken in the diet and produce ketones for energy. So the diet will consist of around 70% fat and then 25% protein and 5% carbs, which will mean that it's around 30 grams of carbs a day, which is typically very abnormal for the regular person, and it will take a couple weeks to get used to, and that's found to be the hardest part of the keto diet, adjusting your body to those first weeks and the diet to higher fat intakes. Basically, with this diet, it is found that higher fat intake will leave a person feeling more full faster, and this is a big benefit because people don't have to intake as many calories in order to feel full. With this being said, the energy levels that are produced in the diet are different, and so it is suggested that people are doing endurance and cardio exercises as opposed to where there's a higher carb intake and you're able to do resistance training and strength training. But overall, it is seen that people are able to maintain this lifestyle, being that the diet allows you to feel full and satisfied, and over time the body will get used to and be adjusted to the keto diet and being in the state of ketosis.
Hello. I'm here to talk about and go into more depth of why it's important for this diet to have low in carbs, moderate in protein, and high in fat. We'll start with the carbs. So this diet is mainly based around burning your fat instead of carbs. So you don't want to eat too much carbs. You want to start burning fat, and we'll go into moderate protein. You don't want to eat too much protein because that can possibly prevent you going to this stage of where it's called ketosis, and which pretty much says you burning fat instead of carbs. So can possibly disturb it into burning proteins instead of burning fat. So that's why it's high in fat, because you want to start burning the fat, instead of the carbs. So you can go through that state of where fat turns into these things called ketones, and they go throughout the body, and researchers found it's more beneficial, the ketones rather than the glucose in your body, and using that as energy. So yeah.
The exercises or training that they do is cardio training, weightlifting training, flexibility training, stability training, which can improve their body and themselves. With cardio, you can just do long distance with low intensity. Weightlifting, you can do 8 to 12 reps on 3 to 4 sets. Flexibility, you can do yoga, stretching. It can help your range of motion and stability. Exercises can improve your balance, body control, and it's about core training. But for people that are doing keto diets, they tend to do mainly those core exercises.
Next, we will be talking about some of the examples of what we could be eating at each meal. So for breakfast, I found a zucchini and Gouda skillet frittata. It has 19 grams of fat, 12 grams of protein, and 6 grams of carbohydrates. For lunch, I found a ranch chicken bites meal with sides being broccoli, baby bell cheese, and some cherry tomatoes, having 6 grams of carbs. For dinner, I found a recipe for garlic rosemary pork chops. It has 39 grams of protein, 1 gram of carbohydrates, and 33 grams of fat. For dessert, I found a keto pecan bar recipe. It has 25 grams of fat, 8 grams of carbohydrates, and 7 grams of protein.